mira, bobo. Anda para allá, bobo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SoFlo Soccer Channel. My name is Matt, and Inter Miami will be playing Julian Gressel's Minnesota tomorrow at an early kickoff, 4:30, in what will be one of two away games that Inter Miami is going to be playing as of late. We have back-to-back away games, which is going to be, it's going to suck for us. Season ticket members or people who go to the game, we're not going to be able to go to the game until May 18th, which is the Florida Derby. But we're going to be playing a pretty difficult opponent in Minnesota, who are currently second place in the Western Conference, third best defensive team in the league, second best in the Western Conference. So this is going to be a really, really good game. We're going to preview it. We're going to talk about a bunch of other things as well, team updates. We'll talk about the giveaway that's going to be taking place for the end of the month. So if you're interested in that and we haven't seen that yet, I'll explain it right now. But I just want to welcome everybody in. Welcome back to another preview. I know this is a little bit early. Normally I do these previews around like 7 p.m. or something like that, but I had an early day, and I'm like, you know what? Let's get it out of the way early before we get tired, because I'm gonna have to eat dinner later. And I've been on a pretty strict schedule as of late, eating a lot healthier. But anyway, let's first talk about we have a couple of different topics to talk about today. We have EJ Torres in the chat. Shout out to you for using the emotes. We have Gabriela Mendoza saying hello, finally able to catch your videos live. What's up? Welcome in. Yeah, no, I never really do them this early, but it's Friday, it's the end of the week. We're approaching the weekend, and it's just, it's good to start off the weekend with a good Inter Miami live stream. So let's talk about the first thing that's on the agenda, and let's go over the giveaway, because I want to talk a little bit about the giveaway for those of you who have not yet, maybe you're not aware of the giveaway, maybe unfamiliar with it. I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away 2 tickets to go see Messi and Inter Miami play against Columbus Crew at the end of this month. I put out a whole video on it. That link, I believe it should be in the description if it's saved. If not, it's pinned on the top of my channel. So if you're interested in partaking in this giveaway or entering this giveaway, it's completely free. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. And then just honestly, the 2 basic things that you have to do is subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter so I can DM the winner. But there's going to be more rules. There's more details in that shorter video. It's like a 6-minute video on my channel. Highly, highly recommend to go watch that. Go partake in it. It's free. It's just a way for me to say thank you to you guys, to all the subscribers, all the supporters, all the viewers, all the members that have supported the channel for the last year. We've grown over 3,000 subscribers on this channel, which is absolutely insane. The community has been absolutely fantastic. You guys have been very supportive of me. So this is just a way for me to say thank you to you guys, and to give one of you, hopefully, just an opportunity to go see Messi, and the privilege to go see Messi in Miami live, as I've had for the last like 2 years, and the last 5 years for Inter Miami in general. So yeah, check that out if you're interested in that giveaway. But first thing, or the second thing on the agenda, I want to talk about players in training. We'll talk about who was in training today and who was not. That's my phone going off. I should probably mute that. One of the players that were not in training today, and probably who we haven't really seen in a while, is Drake Callender, right? And literally, I wasn't going to talk about this, but this news literally came out maybe 30 minutes before this live stream, or it was very, very recently. Or actually, no, it was more like an hour, like probably like an hour before this live stream starts. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like we have to talk about this. And that is the fact that Drake Callender, as I posted here on the community tab here on YouTube, I posted it, I think I don't know if I posted it on Twitter, but here in the community tab on YouTube, it's where I post normally the updates. This is what Drake Callender posted on Instagram today, probably like about an hour ago. To my supporters, today I successfully underwent a sports hernia surgery. I have been dealing with this for some time now, and I decided this was the best decision and timing for my career. I want to thank all my family, friends, doctor, and the Institute for the entire Inter Miami organization for the support throughout the process. Road to recovery has begun, and I will do everything in my power to get back on the pitch and doing what I love. So he went through this surgery. He successfully went through this hernia surgery, which explains a lot about everything that's been going on with him, because this has probably been, because this could date back to, remember in preseason when he like broke his hand or something, like that probably did happen. But then, I don't want to speculate on anything, but this could have been happening since preseason, is what I'm essentially saying, which could have led to why he missed so many games, why he wasn't really trusted, I guess is what we would have said before. I mean, he's got a couple of minutes. He played a couple of games, but this makes a lot more sense. He went through his hernia surgery. It's successful, and now he's on the road to recovery to hopefully try to find his way back into this team. Not sure what that is going to look like for him. I don't know if he's going to be staying at Inter Miami. I don't know if he's going to be making any other appearance this year. He could be out for the season. We have zero clue. We're not doctors. And this literally didn't come out until about an hour ago. So I just wanted to give, my best wishes to Drake, and hopefully that he can recover from this surgery very quickly and safely and effectively. And hopefully he can come back stronger than ever. Other than that, for training this morning, everybody that should be reported to training, or everybody that should have been in training, has reported in training, and that includes the main man, Baltasar Rodriguez. Baltasar Rodriguez was somebody um, that we've been questioning for a while now. As soon as he landed from the plane, he literally got injured. So, like, quite literally, we just couldn't see anything about Baltasar Rodriguez for the longest time. And this is what he posted on his Instagram a couple of hours ago. He also made a post of like him in training. So it's good to see Baltasar in training. It's good to see him with the team. There he is next to Messi. And that brings up the question, could we be seeing Baltasar Rodriguez play or start tomorrow against Minnesota? Not sure if he'll start, but it is promising that he may see the pitch for at least a couple of minutes, which is always very exciting. This is a player that we've been excited about for a while now. And him along with Telasco, and even with Tadeo, like all these guys, when they were announcing all these guys, we all knew that he was going to be a pretty good addition to the team, an exciting addition to the team. So hopefully he can live up to that. I know he's coming back from this injury that he suffered. So I don't expect him to be implemented straight away into the team, but I think now is kind of the time to do that. I mean, like, we have a game on tomorrow. We have, I believe, a game on Wednesday, then Sunday, and then Wednesday again. So we have a lot of back-to-back games. So we're definitely going to be seeing Baltasar Rodriguez implement into this team at some point, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's Wednesday. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Do you think he's going to be playing tomorrow? Do you think they'll probably delay it a little bit more? Baltasar needs to start playing. I want to see at least the second half, says Gustavo. He's going to do good in this team. I personally agree with that as well. I think that he can heavily contribute to this team. Heavily, I don't know about heavily, but he can definitely contribute to this team as much as he can, especially now that we're going to be congested with a lot of games. This is a very critical point in the season where we're approaching summertime, Club World Cup. We have this another window like how we did in the beginning of the season, when like we had back-to-back games. This is where we're going to have to see Baltasar kind of rise to the occasion. So hopefully we get to see him soon, if it's not tomorrow, and hopefully he can be pretty impactful, especially when we're limiting minutes on Messi, on Suarez, on players like that. We could see Baltasar step up and kind of take their place. We have Unlucky saying, pretty sure no Suarez this weekend as well, right? Missing Suarez would be interesting to see. Yes. So I was going to get, that is the next talking point, and that is Luis Suarez was, I think, the only one that was not seen in training today. Out of all the players that should be in training, Luis Suarez was not spotted in at least the first 15 minutes of training. In the social media posts that Inter Miami always put out, of them traveling to, getting on the plane, etc. Luis Suarez was not in that post. Messi was on that post, so Messi did travel. Because normally they put Messi and Suarez together, and they kind of put that in the post. But Suarez was not in that post, so it is very safe to say that Luis Suarez is not going to be traveling to Minnesota, and therefore will not be playing. Which is a good thing, right? I think we've talked about this for quite a while now. This is, and like I said, this is no disrespect to Suarez. This is not me, and I don't ever mean this coming at Suarez in any disrespectful way, because I do believe that he is the greatest striker probably in our generation, or at least top 3 strikers in our generation. Um and yes, I understand he's like really old, and he's had a really long career, and he hasn't really been fulfilling his expectations. But we can never disrespect somebody like Suarez. But we've always said that he needs time on the bench for a game, maybe 2 games. He could be getting something like kind of the Messi treatment, where maybe he doesn't travel the long distances, or he just rests for the first 45 minutes and then comes on in the second 40. Like his minutes should be as limited as Messi's minutes. So this is very good, and this is going to be very interesting to see Suarez on the bench for what I feel like is the first time properly for a while. Like, Mascherano could have easily chose to not bench Suarez. So the fact that now we're going to be seeing because he just played against the Red Bulls in the 4-1 win against the Red Bulls, but that was back in that was last week, so that he had plenty of time to recover. That was last Saturday. He had plenty of time to recover. So he is simply doing this as a pure, hopefully, tactical reason. And yes, and we get to see Obando. So with Suarez out, we get to see more of Obando at the 9, hopefully. And we could see Messi starting alongside of Obando, alongside of maybe Telasco, alongside of, I don't know, somebody. It's going to be very interesting, and we're going to get to a predicted lineup at the end of the stream. But it's going to be nice. It's going to see a nice change to kind of to willingly bench Suarez. This is the first time we're willingly choosing to bench Suarez. That's not like in terms of limiting minutes or etc. Purely in my opinion, this is purely a tactical reason. But anyways, so that's good. So that has been very nice to see on that end. Therefore, moving on to the next topic. Or this is Vice Rosa in the comments coming up with something about Dybala, saying Vice Rosa says, saw Dybala dripping in DC United gear due to knowing someone who played for DC. So make sure he's going there after Roma. So pretty sure he's going to be there after Roma with potentially KDB because of Benteke. Also nice drip mat. Yeah, no. I'm wearing the Argentina away kit. I have Christian Romero, as you could see, the number 13. Probably the best striker in the Argentina national team history, if not one of the best. That's interesting that you say that, because I personally did not see. I didn't see Dybala wearing DC United kit, or like DC United like apparel, I guess. But let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, no, now I see it. Okay, this is just a photo of him wearing it to like training. So I just found the photo. It's the first thing that popped up. This is just him like I just exposed. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, so he's drinking mate with Paredes, and he's wearing the number 32. Is that Benteke's number? I think that's Benteke's number. But I mean, if he does go to DC, that would be a shame, because we would love to have him in Miami, at least for maybe next year or in 2027 when Messi leaves, which we're going to get to the Messi situation in just a second. But it would make a lot of sense if KDB went to DC United to play with Benteke, because they're both Belgian and whatever. But if I understood correctly, we don't have his KDB's rights anymore. We have, or Chicago, I believe, has them now. And because apparently there was no deal that Inter Miami could have potentially done with KDB. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna do a whole episode on that, uh, either at the end of this month or probably like the first week of June, like right before Club World Cup. We're gonna talk about like different players that we could potentially either bring in or players that are not linked with us anymore, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm glad that you brought that up because I don't know, that is a pretty interesting to kind of look at or talk about. But anyway, what was I going to talk about? The Messi situation. Okay, I think that I have to comment on this. I have to comment on the Messi situation because there have been talks around Twitter. I'm like looking at. I just got a notification about Twitter on that as well. To be honest, now that I'm saying that, it's about Messi and his contract. So people are reporting that Messi has not yet renewed his contract with Inter Miami. Because as you guys know, his contract expires at the end of this season, at the end of 2025. And we have that new stadium that's coming out, Miami Freedom Park, that should be opening for the 2026 season, which a lot of people are expecting him to renew for that year, and as well as the World Cup coming in 2026. So a lot of people are expecting a new deal to be made and for Messi to re-sign for at least a year. But people are saying that that's not going to happen, that it's very unlikely, or maybe that's not very unlikely, but they're saying it's a 50-50. But I'm like, every decision is kind of like a 50-50. Like it's either yes or no. But in my opinion, it's more leaning to yes. It's almost impossible, the fact that Messi doesn't renew for at least the 2026 season. Like, he has expressed multiple times that he wants to play in the World Cup. That and him playing for at least that beginning portion of 2026 is going to play a factor in him being in the World Cup team, because he's going to have to stay fit. Like his goal right now, like his goal low key, besides I guess winning with Inter Miami, winning the MLS Cup and etc., is for him to be healthy and stay healthy and not get injured. So that he could play with Argentina in the 2026 World Cup. It's going to be that's essentially his priority besides winning MLS Cup with Inter Miami. And so he's going to do that. He will sign at some point with 2026. There is no way that Inter Miami, that the MLS will allow Messi to just leave at the end of the season right before Inter Miami will open Miami Freedom Park. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He's not going to go back to Barca. He's not going to go to Argentina. He's not going to go to Saudi Arabia. He's not going to go to any other team in Europe. He will retire here. He's going to retire. He's going to play 2026 in Miami. He's going to play his last World Cup here in the United States, and then he's going to retire and then call it. That's exactly what's going to happen. The only thing that will prevent that from happening is that he, God forbid, knock on wood, he suffers an injury, and like it's going to prevent him from like playing in the 2026 World Cup. Like it's going to prevent like essentially anything, any playing time that he can get in 2026 in general. Suffering an injury like that, that's the only way that he won't be resigning. That's the only way. But other than that, besides all that, he will re-sign for 2026. After that, he's going to be an owner or a part owner of Inter Miami. He's still going to be involved with the club. He'll still be around. He has family in Miami. His kids live here. He also, obviously, he has a home in Barcelona as well, which they love, and they'll probably go back there at some point, but after he retires, 1,000%. But anyways, Vice Rosa believes that he says, I think he might sign for one more year and then he will go to Newell's and hang his boots. I genuinely, I would be kind of surprised if he goes to Newell's. I'm not going to lie. And I say that because I understand it's his boyhood club, but and whatever. But like, why? It's like, why would you want, I mean, like, what, like, I don't think he would want to go back to Argentina to play. I know, like, all of the guys are doing it right now, like Acuna and freaking Montiel and whoever. They play for River now, and Marco Rojo went to Boca, and who else? Like just a bunch of those guys go to Argentina to finish their career. But like he literally played there, like he was quite literally a kid. Like he was like 8 or 10 years old, like when he was in fucking Newell's. So I don't know. I just don't think he's gonna go back to Newell's after Inter Miami. It's like there's just no point. His family's here. His life is here. The World Cup is here. His second home or his first home is in Barcelona. Essentially, like that's essentially where he loves to be at. I just don't see a point in going back to Argentina or going to Argentina to play for what, one season, just for the hell of it, like just for the sake of playing. Like he's not going to win anything. I don't know. I just don't see a point. And yeah, if you guys are still watching, if you guys are here and you want to support the channel, just make sure you hit that like button. It just helps grow this community. It helps more people see it. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. It's completely for free. And you also get to, like I said in the beginning of the stream, you get to participate in the giveaway that's going to be happening at the end of the month. Inter Miami versus Columbus Crew, giving away 2 tickets. There's a video explaining on the rules and things like that pinned at the top of on the YouTube channel. So you can if you click on the SoFlo Soccer channel, it's going to be that first video on top. That's how you can access that giveaway. But yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on it, and that's always going to be my thought on it, unless something crazy happens. Like I said, unless something crazy happens, he's going to play in 2026. He's going to be here. He's going to play the World Cup, and then he's going to hang it. But I just wanted to say that before, because I think, like I said, I had to comment on it because everybody's talking about it. As I say that, the MLS player status report just released like 10 minutes ago. So let me just look through it quickly. Let me look through it quickly and show you guys and see who is going to be ruled out for this game tomorrow. So bam. So we have Drake Callender. As we know, he has a sports hernia. He went through the surgery. He's recovering. He's out. David Ruiz is still out with a hamstring injury. Alan Obando has been listed questionable, as well as Baltasar Rodriguez. This changes everything. So this doesn't necessarily rule them out. It says questionable. But now that Alan Obando has suffered a hamstring injury and is labeled questionable for tomorrow's game, is he really going to start? That is the question that we're going to be asking now. This is new information. This literally came out 10 minutes ago at 5:25 p.m. Eastern time. It's currently 5:35 p.m. That's going to be tough. That's going to be a tricky one. I mean, like we can move things around. You can obviously play Messi as a false 9, and then you can have like Delasco and Allende up top with him. That's going to be very interesting to see. But now we're not going to have a proper number 9 now. No Alan Obando, no Luis Suarez. So this is going to be interesting. So essentially, we're going to be going into this game with no true number 9, unless we could play like Leo Afonso or even maybe Tadeo Allende up top. But the fact of that happening, or the chances of that happening, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Baltasar, even though he was in training this morning, he's still labeled questionable. I don't know. That could mean he's not traveling. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know why they would put that he's questionable. I mean, like, he probably is questionable, like, but I don't know in the sense of if he's going to be traveling now, because there's obviously no like, I don't know if they train today, that means they're going to be traveling tomorrow, or they're traveling today. But just because they trained this morning, I don't know if that means they're going to be traveling. That's going to be interesting to see what tomorrow. So tomorrow's game is going to be very, very interesting against a top defensive team. It's going to be no Alan Obando, no Luis Suarez, no Baltasar. That's going to be interesting. And then for Minnesota, no Hassani Dotson. I don't even know who this guy is. And then Kip Keller is out. All 3 are out with injuries. Interesting. Baltasar is like Bigfoot. He is an AI-generated character. Let's enjoy him today. Let's go Messi. Let's go into Miami. Did not see Jordy and Bushi getting on the plane. I did not, but I want to assume that they did. I want to assume that they're on the plane because if Bushi and Jordy don't play, then who's going to be playing? Like, I know Messi's on the plane, but I mean, hey, I don't know. So it's tomorrow's game is definitely going to be interesting. From the reports on Twitter, from what everybody is saying, it's like, I mean, like nobody said that. I mean, like, because nobody knows at the end of the day, right? Like nobody knows like who specifically will be traveling. Um, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see. I mean, like with that, I mean, like now that we know that I don't know Bando's questionable, and we know Luis Suarez is not gonna be here, we know Drake is not gonna be here, we know Baltasar is labeled questionable. Let's talk about or let's predict some starting lineups for tomorrow. So, I mean, Ustadi's gonna be in net all day, all night. Um, for the back four, I'm assuming Jordi Alba traveled, so I think he's going to be starting as well. I mean, like and we're talking about this is 1 week of rest. The last game we played was last Saturday against the Red Bulls when we beat them 4-1. I think Jordi Alba should be making a start tomorrow. I think, and I'm always going to think that Ian Frey should be making a start tomorrow. He didn't make an appearance in the last game. I don't think he did, at least. No, right? He didn't play against the Red Bulls, did he? He did not. He did not play against the Red Bulls. I want to, even though Chelo did get a goal, he played about 60 minutes, or says you're 58 minutes in that Red Bulls game. He probably will start. Chelo probably is going to start, but I would prefer Ian Frey. We need to see Ian Frey get more minutes. We need to see Yannick Bright play 90 minutes. There was an interview. I think it was. I don't know if it was before or after practice. I think it was after practice. Um, there was an interview. I don't know. Maybe it was before. I have no idea. I think it was before. There was an interview. Somebody asked Yannick Bright about like his playing time or something, and then like Yannick Bright essentially said that he can play 90 minutes and that he's played 90 minutes before, but like it's very difficult to just kind of like one game play 15 minutes, another game play 20 minutes, another game play 70 minutes. Like he said, it's very difficult to get into the rhythm of things when every time that he's getting a different amount of minutes every single time. And essentially his spot is not guaranteed because he's fighting Redondo for it. So I think we need to see Yannick Bright play a full 90 tomorrow. And because I think we need to see how good he can be for a full 90 minutes. That probably isn't the best idea because now that we have this congested schedule, it's probably not the best to be honest, to be playing anybody for 90 minutes. But I think, I think we need to be playing. I think Bright can handle a 90-minute game against Minnesota. Him with Bushi pairing in the midfield, I think they can both handle a 90-minute game. 1,000%. Let's see, for the defenders, I mean, Lujan played last time against the Red Bulls, which nobody liked. So I hope that doesn't happen again. It'd be interesting to see maybe I mean, if we're gonna already see, or we're not gonna be seeing players like Suarez and maybe Bando, maybe Baltasar, because they're both labeled questionable. Then we're probably gonna see a little bit more rotation. Maybe we won't see Maxi Falcon. Maybe we won't see, or hopefully we don't see Lujan. Well, not that hopefully we don't see Lujan. Like, we just haven't seen players like Toto Aviles play. I would prefer to play to play like Maxi Falcon and Noah Allen, our best defense, because we're gonna need like this. They have the best defense in the league, and they're probably gonna be playing counterattacks, and they're gonna try to like hit us crazy on the counter. And I think with players like Noah Allen and Maxi Falcon, we can really, really do well with that. But what do I know? I'm getting like mad notifications. Like, what has been going on? Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna like message or I'm gonna ignore those until the end of this. Anyways, usually in Miami spoils who is going to be based on their videos of entering the plane. Yeah, I think Amashadano didn't bring Ian Frey. Or did bring Ian Frey. Alba, Lujan, Allen, Chelo, Redondo, Busi, Segovia, Messi, Fafa, and Ashende. That's not a bad lineup, to be honest. I just don't want Lujan to play. I want. Do you think that he will start Gressel against us? How do you feel seeing him play versus us? So I was gonna get to this in a second, but we'll talk about it now. Gressel, I don't know if he'll start, but he'll definitely play. I think he will start. And I looked at the and I'm gonna see if I can show you guys too. He did play. I believe he played in the game against. They had like an Open Cup game, and I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for you guys. Yeah, you look right here. They play. Gressel played in this Open Cup game against Louisville, or Louisville, whatever, however you want to say it. Louisville again in the Open Cup. He played the full 90, and so going, and this was on what, Wednesday? Yeah, this was Wednesday. So not sure if he's gonna play the full 90 or even play. I mean, like, I'm assuming he would, and he'll probably start. Maybe he'll start for the first couple of minutes, but then he'll get subbed off. So I don't expect him to play the full 90, but I'm not sure. It's just always difficult when you go back to back games like that and you have to play the full 90. But I'm sure that he's gonna be ready for it because he's gonna want to play all the minutes that he can. And it looks like based on this formation, that would they play a five at the back? Could that be true? They play a 5-4-1. If that's the case, like either two things are gonna happen. Either they're gonna congest that midfield. So I mean, like this is what every team does. They're gonna really, really congest that midfield defensively, and it's just gonna make it really difficult for us to even play on the wing and on the insides because they just have so many players. They have so many wide players. So I don't know. This is going to be a very if they really do play 5-4-1, I mean, which kind of explains why they have one of the best defensive or one of the best defensive teams in the league. And that's going to be very interesting to play against an Inter Miami team who who needs to score goals, who needs to be offensively dominant. But I think it's going to be look, I understand why we got rid of Gressel. Going back to the Natalia's thing, I'm like happy for Gressel. To be honest, I'm happy for Gressel. Like I'm very happy for Gressel because he did not deserve to be benched for Inter Miami. He did not deserve to be treated the way that he has been with the club. Um, I honestly wish I got to meet Gressel or take a picture with him or something, but unfortunately I haven't. And I think he's a quality player, and he's a quality MLS player. He's a very experienced MLS player. He's won a lot in this league. He's been with multiple teams, Atlanta. I mean, now with Minnesota. He played for Columbus, I'm pretty sure, and you know, he. I thought he brought a lot last year for Inter Miami, playing on the width in Messi's absence, even with Messi in the midfield. I just thought he brought a lot, or people undervalued him, in my opinion. He got paid a lot. He got paid a shit ton of money. We were probably overpaying him. So I understand that's why, essentially, that was the reason why he left. Besides the fact that he probably couldn't fit into the team in some way, I disagree. But no, I'm glad that a team came in for him. I'm glad that he's getting minutes. I'm glad that he's starting and playing full 90 minutes. And I'm glad he joined a good team in Minnesota because Minnesota are looking really, really good at the start of this season. So if they keep it up, they're gonna be you know, they'll be in a strong spot for playoffs in the postseason. Um, and that kind of also that might give us a disadvantage because Gressel just knows how we play. I mean, like every team in the MLS know how we play, but maybe Gressel can give us or give Minnesota like some inside scoop on some of our players, like some habits that we do, um, or just little ticks like that could really kind of change the game in terms of how Minnesota approach it. But I mean, honestly, the best way to kind of approach this game, and it shows in the big wins that we've had recently, especially with the New York Red Bulls win and the well, we didn't win the game, but it was the game where we lost. I think it was against Dallas. I think it was against, yes, when we lost 3-4 against Dallas. What in the game that we lost 3-4 against Dallas, and the game that we won, we beat the Rebels 4-1. We literally used the width. We used the width on the attack. We were able to whip crosses in. We would put low crosses, high crosses, whatever the case may be. We were able to use the widths to our advantage on the attack, and we didn't just simply just try to force things down the middle. It's gonna be if we do that again tomorrow, I think we're gonna be just fine. I think we're gonna score goals. I don't think we're gonna concede a lot. Like if we play the cards right, like if we play Noah Allen, if we play Jordi Alba, if we play Cello, to be honestly, I would love to see Ian Frey, but we'll see what happens. I think we'll be okay. We might concede one, but as long as we don't, as long as we don't lose, like if we can, honestly, if we can walk away with a tie tomorrow, I'd be content. I'd be content because on the road against a team like Minnesota, who are really good defensively, I think walking away with a tie would keep me content. Obviously, a win is preferred, um, but a draw would keep me content. With that being said, I think who else? I think what Natalia said about putting Fafa and Tadeo Ashinde up top on the wings, I think that's fantastic. I think that will 100% work. And I think probably Messi would be, like I said earlier, that false nine. The problem is with that. I mean, like in the midfield, you could probably put Busi, Bright, and Telasco Segovia, which I think would definitely work. Um, because Segovia can just kind of be that like 8 player or like that box to box player. We have that CDM in Yannick Bright, and then we have our playmaker or deep lying playmaker in Busi. So that that midfield three would work would work very very well. And then I already talked about the defense. So that's essentially how I think it's going to line up. So final lineup for me would be Ustadi, Jordi Alba, Noah Allen, hopefully Maxi Falcon. If not, then it's probably going to be Lujan. Then Chelo Wengant. I don't think Ian Frey is going to start, even though I really want him to. Midfield is going to be Busi, Bright, Telasco Segovia. Top 3 would be Fafa, Messi, and Tadeo Ashende. I think it's a pretty good lineup. And then, yeah. And then for score predictions, let's jump straight into the score predictions. Like I said, a tie I think I'd be content with because it's away from home, because it's a team like Minnesota who are good defensively. As long as we can utilize the width, utilize the wings, whether that's Chelo getting high and wide, whether the Jordi Alba, Fafa. Now we're going to have Tadeo Ashende, probably going to be playing a little bit more narrow, or even Telasco Segovia. I don't know if he'll probably drift wide or stay centrally. We're going to see what happens with that. But as long as we can utilize the widths as we've been doing, or as we did use in against the Red Bulls, I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to score at least 2 goals. And it's I'm trying to think. I think we'll score 2. I'm sensing a Messi goal. Like if Messi starts as a false 9, I think he'll at least get a goal contribution. Whether it's a goal and assist, I don't know. But I think he'll definitely contribute to a goal. And then I think Fafa's going to score. I think Fafa's going to score a goal. And then bonus if we do score third, probably either Tadeo Ashende or Telasco Segovia is going to score. But I think Fafa is going to score, and I think Messi's going to get a goal contribution. I'm going to say we end up winning this game 2-1. I don't know if 2-1's kind of because Minnesota scored 15 goals in the last 11 games. So it's not like they're scoring a lot. We scored 20 goals in 10 games. That's a lot. I'd say I think 2-1 I think is a good scoreline. I think us winning 2-1 I think is a good scoreline. Goal contribution from Messi, a goal from Fafa, that's what I'm predicting. I think we'll probably concede 1 maybe sometime in the second half, maybe when we go, maybe like if we're up 2-0 and then we switch to a very defensive minded shape or just kind of style, then we'll soak up pressure, and then we'll probably concede 1. That's probably how it'll go. If I get that spot on, then this team is way too predictable. I'm just saying right now. But that's what I think. That's how I think the game's gonna go. Hopefully, we can get this win against Minnesota, against a team that has conceded one of the least amount of goals in the league so far, and hopefully we can see kind of Messi. Because like we all have seen Messi be a little bit angry as of late. He's been showing a lot of emotions. He's been very emotional, which is the type of player that he is. He's a very emotional player, a very passionate player who really cares about winning. He's a true competitor. So, but he was frustrated against Red Bulls even when he did score. So, hopefully he can bring that competitive mindset to this game against Minnesota. Hopefully we can see him happy and see him passionate and fired up. Hopefully we can see the rest of the team very fired up and passionate and kind of on their game. And yeah, and we'll just hope for the win. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this preview live stream. I know we didn't go the full hour. We're about like 40 minutes-ish. But it's all right. Sometimes we don't have to go the full hour as long as we talk about all the topics and you guys participate. 40 minutes is more than enough. But thank you guys again for watching. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Sorry, share it with your friends so we get more people. We grow the community. We're now over 3,000 subscribers. If you guys want to enter the giveaway to win 2 free tickets to see Miami at the end of this month, make sure you watch the 6-minute video that's pinned at the top of this YouTube channel. You just click on my name, and it'll be the first video that explains everything you have to do. It's completely free. Highly recommend you do it. It's just a way to say thank you to you guys for growing this community, being awesome, and supporting me for the last year. So thank you guys again. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the post-game reaction, and hopefully we can get this win. Bye, Miami.
Que mira, bobo. Anda para allá, bobo.